Hey everyone, welcome back to Autism Uprooted with BioNexus Health. Today we shall be traveling to New York and speaking with Lena. Lena has had actually quite the journey with her son diagnosed on the spectrum, but he is making great strides, making great progress, and Lena is here with us today to discuss, the success that she has had with herbal medicine and natural medicine. So allow me to welcome Lena to today's podcast.
Welcome to the BioNexus Health Podcast with Dr. Jodi A. Darshaw, who holds a PhD in Integrative Medicine, is board certified in Integrative Pediatrics, an internationally recognized pioneering clinician, and author. And now here's your host of BioNexus Health Podcast, Dr. Jodi A. Darshaw.
Hey everyone. Thank you, Dr. Darshaw. It's a pleasure. And yes, we've been making a lot of progress and still working slowly, but we're coming with great results.
What your journey has been with your son, how old he is, and when did you discover, he was on the spectrum? What did you do? So I'm pretty much, just tell us your story.
Okay, so my son is now 12, Matias, and actually he's been on the spectrum. He got diagnosed when he was 2 years old.
Okay.
So I kind of see that something was a little bit off with him. So I got him to have an evaluation like early, because I was sure something was wrong. They told me he had autism, severe autism. And at that moment, I have no idea what autism was. So I was a little bit lost. And it was quite a few years, very hard. He did a lot of, early intervention. We did everything. We also started to do some classes, which was great. And then, we just saw this could be it's going to pass as he gets older. It's going to go away or something, I wasn't really aware much of, but it was a sleepless nights for many, many years, probably 10 years that I barely slept during the night. He will wake up all the time. And his behavior, like a lot of clapping, a lot of steaming constantly, sometimes was easier and sometimes it was very hard. We couldn't go even to a grocery store. We couldn't even go to a mall or to a park if it was too crowded. Birthday parties, people coming over. It was very hard because he will get meltdowns or he'll start crying. And, it was very hard I feel like we were a little bit lonely because sometimes we couldn't go somewhere to avoid these issues. And after many years, I heard about biomedical treatments and natural supplements. I met one of the moms from out in one of the classes we used to take him, and she started mentioning, but she was just, she wasn't really a doctor. She had tried some stuff with her son. So I started with a few supplements, but I thought that wasn't enough because it will work for a little bit, but then it will go back to the same thing. And I was like, this is not right. And then I saw one of your videos, the conference for autism one. Like, this sounds very interesting, especially with like mold and other stuff that I was like, oh, maybe it's something else causing this, behaviors besides the autism. But he has a hard time focusing, very hard. And he's a very smart boy. Like, he's very smart. Once he's done, he does everything really fast. He's a fast learner. And I decided to email you and schedule
an appointment.
And the minute we started with the supplements, when we start getting everything, we see him start being calm. He started sleeping during the night, and I was
wait, sorry. I had a specific question here. So you saw one of my lectures at the autism conference, and that's how you got in touch with me. So, over the years, neither any of the doctors you saw, whoever diagnosed him, no one ever told you that there was any hope for any kind of a recovery that could be possible from autism. No, they just told you here is therapies, here is special education. You mentioned early intervention, which is great. Earlier the better. So you did the standard therapies.
Yes.
Which are like, he was in special needs. You still were not able to sleep. He still had behaviors and meltdowns.
Yes.
Right? He wasn't reaching his full potential with school or language or communication.
Yes.
Yeah, that is, that is pretty much what we hear from mothers all around the world is after the diagnosis, that's it. It's just gloom and doom. You have to get used to it. We have some therapies.
You have to get used to it. It's what it is. You kind of have to we'll see what happens. Therapies help, but this is going to be his life, kind of like in your life too. So
right.
It's very hard. Yes. And you just feel like left alone, and you feel like, okay, doctor should know. Even when he has to go to appointments, I feel like doctors sometimes are not even prepared for kids with autism. It's very hard for parents and try to handle any doctors, and they just don't give you the hope, oh, maybe there is something else you can do, or let's do further tests, or maybe, no, it's just everything always the standard. And, you just hear this from everybody, and some are better and some are not.
Think, right? People will think herbal medicine, naturopathic, it's not scientific. It was, what do you have to say about that? Is it, was it scientific, completely customized to Matthias? We ran a lot of labs.
Yes, we did a lot of labs, and we were surprised with everything, the results, and it was amazing because it was so detailed. And even when we, I had asked sometimes before his doctor to run some labs because he gets a lot of throat infections all the time, and the ears infection, but mostly strep, constant. He has a lot of that. And I said, can we run maybe something else is there? Not just, can we try to see if there is anything else? Because his immune system, it's always telling, because he keeps getting sick all the time. So it's not normal to be giving medicine, antibiotics all the time and very often.
Right.
Exactly. But they don't recommend or say, okay, maybe we're going to run this other test. Maybe let's see, or maybe you can see this other person, or, and so I was surprised when we see all the tests that we had to run and how detailed, and I was amazed. Even we found out he had the Lyme disease, which we never knew he had.
Yes.
And the mold also, we didn't think he was exposed to mold. We were very afraid when we see all these things that that were showing red flags on the test, on the labs that came back.
What is the root cause? So that's what I found was very important for my son as well, versus having all these labels. All right, fine. So there's the label. But, how do I know? Because he's not able to communicate, normally with me. So how do I know if he is in pain, if he has other issues, if he has discomfort, especially if he's in pain?
Yes, it's very hard.
So, yeah, exactly. Good. So then we started with a fully customized protocol for Maddie, and he's very sensitive, so
very.
You
so we have to go
ups and downs,
very slow, and sometimes even stop and I would send email, this is happening, or some infections, again, the strep and all the stuff were in between, and I didn't know, so we had to stop and start slowly again. It was a very slow process, but he's very sensitive, so we always have to go very slow. And probably what we could have done in a year less, we had to do it in a year and a half, and we're still progressing, but we have to go very slow. So it's some other kids or patients, probably they'll be okay with incrementing the drops, the doses normally, and they will be fine. But Mati, he will be, it's very hard. So every time we go very slow and take a little bit longer than we need to, but just to be sure he's safe and that he's not gonna have like a reaction, or because it's hard for them. They cannot also handle it once it's on the body and how they feel. And then it's hard for them and also for the parents or anybody that's taking care of them.
When did you start seeing some changes, and what were some of the first changes you started seeing? You mentioned about calmer.
Yes, much more. Like it was one day we were in the kitchen with my mom, and he was in the living room with his iPad after school playing, and he was so quiet and so calm, and we would keep going and checking and like, okay, let's check the temperature just in case maybe he's good, because it was so surprising. Usually he was like, running back and forth and then like jumping and making the noise, steaming, constantly. And then he was quiet and he was so relaxed on the sofa, and we were like, wow, this is really working. It was amazing. And he's very much calmer, even in school. Like he's more focused, and with when he sits down to do homework, he does like right away. Like before he will take a long time sometimes, like to do 3 pages, he will take like more than 10 minutes or so, and now he can do like 10 pages in like 10 minutes. He's very fast and he's very smart. So all of this had to do with how we started with the supplements slowly and cleaning especially, and he's sleeping through the night, and that's also amazing. And he communicates more. And before, like when you mentioned, sometimes it's hard because we don't know if they're in pain, right, or if something is going on. Now he tells you ear, doctor, or he grabs and he says pain or doctor, go to the doctor. He tells you now that he wants to go to the doctor. So it's a big plus too, because before he had, let's say, a strep or ear infection, but he didn't have fever or no symptoms. Right. We start seeing that he was like very hyper, or something was off because his behavior changed. And I'm like, okay, let's take him to the pediatric or to the urgent care and see, maybe to check the ears, maybe to check the throat, even though he had no fever. And that's one of the things, he didn't have fevers before, and now his body reacts and he has fever. So I mean, this working is fighting, so that's amazing. Yeah. And then they'll say, oh, he has an ear infection, oh, he has a strep, and we're like, okay, and no signs. No, it was that was like a red flag too. And now we're very happy because he does tell you, or it actually his body gets the fever, so we know it's fighting. Mm-hmm.
Our ultimate goal is, we need to discern, we need to see how much of this is a real autism and how much is being caused by all of what we saw in the labs. And once you start seeing the symptoms go away, right? So sleeping through the night, you mentioned, he's quiet, he's focused, stimming has gone down, language communication is better, right? He's more aware of what's going on around him. So all of these symptoms that have gotten better, it's common sense that these have gotten better because these were caused by what we found in the labs, and they were not necessarily your, blanket statement autism symptoms.
Yes, and sometimes we will, let's say, what we all parents do. Okay, so one mom tries something and it worked, so we go and try to do the same thing and buy the same supplement, and and we try whoever they're trying, oh, it worked and it worked faster, so let's go and do it. And you keep trying, but then you see it work, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. Right. But it's always for a short period because you're seeing you're not really treating the root of the problem. So. And that's what I find, that we've been going slowly, but it's actually working. And I'm really happy with the results. Thank you, Dr. Dashor.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's been awesome,
So no, we need to manage that too. And I say, sometimes working moms is hard because the protocol, you have to be really on top, also on food and with limited help sometimes. But if I can do it, like also anybody can do it. And as long as you see the results and your son be happy and calmer, and, it gives you the strength to do it no matter what. So that's definitely how you feel. And it's a great reward for a mom, because when you're starting to see the results, you're like, okay, this is really working. I see it, it's staying, like you're saying, he's sleeping, he's calmer, he's communicating more. It's not like it went away, after a few months. So I'm really happy, and thank you. We're very thankful. Yes.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to help many people.
Thank you.
You watched a video and that inspired you, gave you information.
Yes.
And yes,
so there is always a little bit more and behind, and nothing is magic, and there is no magic cure. You just have to start from the basic, from the root, and then work it up, and that's how it is, and it's very safe. So yes, I'm really happy. I definitely recommend the protocol with Dr. Dashur. It made a great progress, and it made a big difference on my son's life. So I'm really happy.
Yes. All right. See, wasn't that great? I'm so glad, everyone listening was able to join us today, myself and Lena. So I will bid you goodbye, but I will definitely see you back here soon on another episode of Autism Uprooted. It is fantastic to speak to other autism moms. Being an autism mom myself, it's really a blessing to be able to help other families.